has been used as the measure. Many times, if a black man does not have money to give us, we won't even let him see his children. We won't let him spend any time with it because he does not give us whatever the child support is. And I'm not saying that we don't need money to raise a child, but I tried to explain to black women that raising a child consists of much more than feeding, clothing, and sheltering it. That's maintaining one. To raise one, you need a return of the parental coalition of the father and the mother to put the proper values into the child. Many of our boys, when we raise them alone, they grow up with the female emotional mechanism. They are suspicious, they are doubtful, they're disrespectful of womanhood, they're bitchy, they can't make a decision. And many of our girls who grow up in a home where there's no man present, they go out into the world and try to mate. They don't have any idea how to live with a man day to day, how to prepare a proper meal, how to be a mother, how to just be in love in the home. Most of what our people and our children especially have learned about how you have a relationship, they learned off of television. And television does.
I want to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Barak Kadesh, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and taught me this truth. Alright, we want to do a lesson on honor thy father and mother. Alright, the fifth commandment. Alright, let's start off in the commandments. Exodus, the 20th chapter, 12th verse. Alright. Honor thy father and thy mother, that their days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. Alright, so honor thy father and mother so that you can live long. Alright. Now let's get Sirach, the 3rd chapter, and I'm gonna start at the top. Alright. Hear me, your father, O children, and thereafter, that you may be safe. Alright. Hear our Father. You know the Lord is our Father. For the Lord hath given the father honor over the children, and had confirmed the authority of the mother over the son. Alright. So, when you're a kid, your mother got authority over you. Whoso honors his father and makes an atonement for his sins, and he that honors his mother is as one that lays up treasure. Alright, so by honoring your father and mother, you are laying up treasure in heaven. Who honors his father shall have joy of his own children, and when he makes his prayers, he shall be heard. So, honoring your mother and father, honoring your father, Lord saying when you make your prayers, they will be heard. He that honors his father should have a long life, and he that is obedient unto the Lord should be a comfort to his mother. Alright? Alright, so, if you obey the Lord, He's going to help you take care, alright, of your mother. He that fears the Lord will honor his father and do service unto his parents as to his master. Alright, honor thy father and mother in words and in deeds, and a blessing may come upon thee from them. For the blessing of the father established the houses of the children, but the curses of the mother rooted out the foundations. Alright, so it's this thing that it's the blessing of the father that's going to establish the house of the children. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father dishonor is no glory unto thee. Alright, for the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and a mother in dishonor is a reproach to the children. Alright, my son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he live. If his understanding fails, have patience with him. Despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. For the reviving of thy father should not be forgotten. Instead of sins, it should be added to build thee up. Alright. In the day of thy affliction it should be remembered. Thy sins also should melt away as the ice in the fair warm water. He should not forsake his father is he that forsake his father is a blasphemer, and he that angers his mother is cursed of power. Alright. So the Lord don't like it when you disrespect your parents. Alright. My son, go on with thy business in meekness, so should thou be beloved of him that is approved. Alright. And so pretty much you honor your mother and father, and that's the Lord appreciates it. And we also know that our Heavenly Father is Yahweh. And you know you always honor him and don't put no God before him. But you honor your earthly mother and father too. Alright? Now, this is an example of what happens when you don't honor your mother and father. This is Genesis, the 9th chapter, and verse 21. And I'm going to read 21 through 20. Guess I'll just read 21 on down. Alright. And Noah began to be a husbandman and planting his vineyard. Alright. So he began to plant wine, in his vineyard. And he drank of wine and was drunken. And grapes in his vineyard. And he drank of wine and was drunken. And he was uncovered within his tent. Alright. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his brethren without. Alright. So it's just letting you know he saw the nakedness of his father. Now, some people say, the nakedness of his father was his mother. I heard the nakedness of his father was his own nakedness. And we know, referring to Leviticus, Leviticus, the 18th chapter, and I think it's verse 6. Let's see. Alright. None of you shall approach to any that is, Leviticus the 18th chapter, verse 6. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother should thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou should not uncover her nakedness. Alright, so we know to uncover nakedness, when it says it in the Bible, means to sleep with them. Alright, now, going back to Genesis 9, okay, we was on 23. Alright, and he drank of his wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his brethren without. Alright, so he saw the nakedness of his father, which, to me, makes it sound like he pretty much slept with his father. But I hear some people say, it was talking about his mother. But either way it go, it was a great sin that Ham committed. And as you go on and read in Leviticus, one that was worthy of death. Alright, and Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. So Shem and Japheth took care of their father, and they pretty much honored their mother and father and didn't see their nakedness. Alright. And Noah awoke from his being, from his wine, and knew that his younger son had done it to him. Alright. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, servant of servant should he be unto his brethren. So, for uncovering Noah's nakedness, or looking upon Noah's nakedness, Cain was cursed. Ham was cursed. Alright. And he said, Blessed be the Lord power of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. All right, so that's what happened to Canaan. All right, Ham. That's why Africa is still so backwards to this day. The land of Ham is so backwards to this day. It's because of these curses that was put on the Hamites for not honoring their mother and father. All right. Now, let's get. This is Leviticus 19, verse 3. All right. Ye should fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbath. I am the Lord, your power. So this is the Lord pretty much telling every man to respect their mother and father. All right. So you notice that the scriptures don't just say it one time. It repeats over and over again that you are supposed to respect your mother and father. All right. This is Proverbs, the 23rd chapter, 22nd verse. All right. Hearken unto thy father that begot thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. So pretty much, you take care of your parents, even when they're growing old. You look out for them, you watch out for them. And going into that, let's get Mark, chapter 7, and I guess somewhere around verse 9. All right. Mark chapter 7, verse 9. And he said unto them, For well ye rejected the commandment of Yahweh, that ye might keep your own traditions. For Moses said, Honor thy father and thy mother. Who curses father or mother, let him die the death. Alright? But ye say, if a man should say to his father or mother, it is common that it is said, a gift by whoever thou mightest be profit by them, he should be free. So this was when like the scribes and Pharisees was talking about, they wasn't honoring their mother and father the way they were supposed to, right? And Yahweh was getting on to them. Alright, but he said he should be free. And ye should suffer him no more to do out for his father or his mother, making the word of power none effect through your traditions, which ye have delivered, and many such like things do ye. So, this is what I'm saying, that Yahweh letting them know that they has to honor their mother and father. Alright, so the Pharisees and the scribes, were pretty much being hypocritical, and Yahweh was getting on them. Alright, now let's get John chapter 19, verse 25. Then there stood by the cross of Yahweh his mother, and his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Cleopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciples standing by whom he loved, he said unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. Then said he to his disciples, Behold thy mother. And from that hour the disciple took her into his own home. And after that, Yahweh, alright. So pretty much, Yahweh was telling his disciple to take care of his mother. Alright, so Yahweh honored his mother. Alright. Now, this is 1 Timothy, the 5th chapter, Start at the 4th verse. Alright, but if any, alright, 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 I'm gonna start at the top. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger man as brethren. Alright, the elder woman as mother, and the younger as sisters, without purity. Honor the widows, that the widows are indeed. But if any widow have children or nephews, let them first to show pity at home. Alright, at home, to require their parents, for that is good and acceptable before Yahweh. Now she that is a widow indeed. Alright, so pretty much it is saying, let the family take care of the family first, alright? Which is the way things are supposed to go. Alright? And we are supposed to take care of your father and mother. Now let's get back to Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 16. Alright. Honor thy father and mother as the Lord thy power had commanded thee, that these days might be prolonged, that it might go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. Alright, so that was just them restating the 5th commandment. And you're supposed to honor both your mother and father. And in America, Babylon, they teach you to honor your mother, but not so much the father. But the father is just as important, alright, to honor the father, alright, because like it was saying in Sirach, the 3rd chapter, I think it's 3rd verse, well, alright, for the Lord, alright, for the 9th verse, for the blessing of the father established the houses of the children, but the curses of the mother rooted out our foundation. So the father is important, and he said, it established the houses of the children, alright, because we know it said in what does it say? What's it? I think it's Exodus, the 1st chapter. Let's see. No, baby, not Exodus. I think it's Numbers, the 1st chapter. Alright, and they assemble all the congregations together. Numbers 18th verse. All the congregation together on the 1st day of the 2nd month. They declared their pedigrees after their families by the houses of their fathers. So this is letting you know your seed line goes through your father, not your mother. Alright, according to the number of his name, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. Your house is determined by your father, and your seed line is determined by your father. Alright, that's why there is no such thing as mixed people. So even though Babylon don't teach it, the father is very important. And like the lady was saying in the clips that I'm gonna put at the beginning, and I'll probably play it again at the end, that you see the kids and children that grow up without their father, whether they be male or female, usually end up having problems. It's just so much in life they don't understand. So, honor thy father and mother. And with that, Shalom.
Has been used as the measure. Many times, if a black man does not have money to give us, we won't even let him see his children. We won't let him spend any time with it because he does not give us whatever the child support is. And I'm not saying that we don't need money to raise a child, but I tried to explain to black women that raising a child consists of much more than feeding, clothing, and sheltering it. That's maintaining one. To raise one, you need a return of the parental coalition of the father and the mother to put the proper values into the child. Many of our boys, when we raise them alone, they grow up with the female emotional mechanism. They are suspicious, they are doubtful, they're disrespectful of womanhood, they're bitchy, they can't make a decision. And many of our girls who grew up in a home where there's no man present, they go out into the world and try to mate. They don't have any idea how to live with a man day to day, how to prepare a proper meal, how to be a mother, how to just be in love in the home. Most of what our people and our children especially have learned about how you have a relationship, they learned off of television. And television does